Okay, so here we go. Biggest match of the IPL for many. MS Dhoni back as captain. Kolkata Knight Riders, can they find their mojo back? Chennai will be a sea of yellow. Will the fortress be breached again? Home advantage. This IPL is being counterproductive. Plenty to talk about. Our headline: MS Dhoni at 43. Can he become the MS Dhoni at 35? Kolkata Knight Riders, they know Chennai Super Kings hasn't done well. Can they get their mojo back? Plenty to talk about at 5 today. Rohit Juglan, Bharat Ramraj, Shomik Chakraborty, and Gargi Rao joining me. I'll start with you, Shomik. Two of your teams. You've covered Kolkata, you follow CSK. How are you setting this up for me?
See, the fact of the matter is that I expect the new captain bounce, the MS Dhoni bounce for CSK in this game. But that would be limited to this game only. Because in the long run, going ahead, I don't see CSK qualifying for the playoffs because uh, they are playing a dated brand of T20 cricket. In fact, this season, this 2025 IPL season, is CSK's Adelaide moment. India's Adelaide moment happened in 2022, and after that, India had to completely change their T20I template. And I see going ahead, this is CSK's Adelaide moment. But this game, particularly this game, when MS Dhoni is back as captain, there would be a bounce. Today, I expect both Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja to roll back the years. It will not be on a consistent basis, but this game and today I also expect the Chepak pitch to play a bit differently in the sense that see there is a difference when Ruturaj Gaikwad is the captain and when Dhoni is the captain. Because when Dhoni is the captain, the ground staff and others associated, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. It's the aura. It's the aura of the man that does the trick. So from that point of view, I think this game is going to be something around the total would be something around 170 to 180, because once the total get past 180, then this CSK team doesn't have it in them to chase it down. So I
बट अगर ये
expect it.
170 180 पिच होता है रोहित, जो शोमिक कह रहे हैं 170 180 काइंड ऑफ पिच, वहां तो वरुण चक्रवर्ती, सुनील नारायण भी इफेक्टिव हो जाएंगे. वहां तो एग्जैक्टली द काइंड ऑफ विकेट जो कोलकाता चाह रहे हैं वो भी हो सकता है. तो आप इसको कैसे देखते हो? ये दोनों टीमें, they have not found their mojo. Kolkata has been complaining about the wicket. Chennai has not been doing well. How are you looking at this? MS Dhoni, can he turn the clock back? Is it even realistic to expect that Dhoni to turn the clock back? कैप्टनसी मुझे समझ आ रहा है कि यार आपके पास ऑप्शन नहीं है, आप यंगस्टर को कैसे दे दोगे, अंडर प्रेशर टीम है, धोनी के पास ही आपको जाना था, आप चले गए. बट कैन ही टर्न इट बैक? रोहित जुगला.
बोला था ये जो बात है ना कि धोनी के पास ही आपको जाना था, ये मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रही है. क्योंकि आप पिछले 2 साल पहले जडेजा से कैप्टनसी गई तो धोनी के पास जाना है, 2 साल बाद ऋतुराज से कैप्टनसी गई तो धोनी के पास जाना है, 2 साल बाद जब धोनी नहीं होंगे तो भी क्या वापस धोनी के पास जाओगे या क्या करोगे? फिर धोनी को रिटायरमेंट से बुलाओगे कि आप यार ऐसा करो, रिटायरमेंट से आओ और फिर आप कप्तानी करो हमारी. आई थिंक ये एक सीएसके का ये दिखाता है कि दे डोंट हैव अ प्लान बी. पहली बात तो ये, वो कोई लीडर बेटर कर ही नहीं पाए. लुक एट मुंबई, they have a Surya Kumar Yadav, they have a Jasprit Bumrah, they have a Hardik Pandya, then they have a Rohit Sharma now. तो अगर आपके पास एक रोहित शर्मा नहीं है, मुंबई को फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि दे हैव टू गो बैक टू रोहित शर्मा अगेन. दे कैन गो टू हार्दिक पांड्या, दे कैन गो टू सूर्या, दे कैन गो टू बुमराह. इसके अलावा भी वो फिर तिलक वर्मा पे भी जा सकते हैं अगर उन्हें आगे की सोचनी है. फॉर सीएसके आई थिंक दिस इज अ बिग क्वेश्चन मार्क. वी ऑल आर एमएस धोनी फैंस, बट हमको ये देखना पड़ेगा कि धोनी के आगे क्या है बॉस आपके पास, धोनी के अलावा आपके पास क्या है. क्योंकि 2021 में व्हेन धोनी सेड दैट हमारे पास टैलेंट नहीं है, आपके पास एक लड़का निकल कर आया, ऋतुराज गायकवाड़. सडनली जब उन्होंने पोस्ट मैच प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा था कि हम नए लड़कों को मौका देना चाहते हैं बट टैलेंट कहाँ है, सडनली आपने ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ को मौका दिया, आपको उसने पूरा टाइटल जिता करके दे दिया. अभी भी मैं ये कहूंगा कि चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स के लिए ये एक्सक्यूज क्रिएट करना कि यार हमारे पास है नहीं कोई, तो ये आपकी गलती है, ये किसी और की गलती नहीं है. अगर आप ये कह रहे हो कि नहीं, आपको 2 साल पहले जब जडेजा के साथ वो चीजें हुई आपको धोनी पे ही जाना पड़ा, 2 साल बाद भी ऋतुराज से चीजें हुई आपको फिर धोनी पर जाना पड़ा, तो ये आपकी गलती है. और धोनी द कैप्टन, मुझे लगता है ऋतुराज द लीडर ने कुछ गलत नहीं किया था. अगर आपके प्लेयर्स कैच छोड़ेंगे, अगर आपके ओपनर्स रन बनाकर नहीं देंगे, टॉप ऑर्डर रन नहीं बनाएगा, तो कैप्टन कुछ नहीं कर सकता. सडनली आज अगर धोनी के आने के बाद सब कैच भी लेने लगे, टॉप ऑर्डर रन करने लगे, तो फिर उसमें ऋतुराज की क्या गलती है?
सही बात है. मैं आपसे सहमत हूं रोहित. मैं गार्गी के पास इसी से जाऊंगा कि मैंने एक आर्टिकल भी लिखा था कि अगर मैं इस सीएसके टीम को कंपेयर करूं तो मैं 1990s का शिकागो बुल्स के साथ करूंगा, क्योंकि वहां पे माइकल जॉर्डन आना और माइकल जॉर्डन के बाद का जो शिकागो बुल्स है, एकदम आसमान जमीन का फर्क है। माइकल जॉर्डन मेड देम अ वर्ल्ड फोर्स, बट उसके बाद अब देखो मिडिल ऑफ द टेबल टीम, उधर ऊपर भी नहीं नीचे भी नहीं, ब्रांड भी उतना अच्छा नहीं। मुंबई इंडियंस एंड सीएसके इज लाइक दैट, आफ्टर धोनी नो ब्रांड। मुंबई इंडियंस रियलाइज कि तेंदुलकर के साथ ये हो सकता है, but they created a Bumrah, they created a Rohit Sharma, they created a Surya, they created a Malinga. They had multiple people. This is the problem that I see with Dhoni. This is the problem to a degree I also see with RCB. Gargi, this is a very fair point कि why Dhoni? यार आपने इस इतना दिन, then you have not been able to create a second line that you go to that person under crisis. Because it's a crisis, you have to go to Dhoni. How is that a fair argument? What is your second line? How long will this man continue? Is it even fair on him? Gargi Rao.
I mean, I think they made this change, made this decision out of desperation. Doesn't mean that, it was the right decision. Obviously, they should have had someone in succession. When we talk about Ruturaj Gaikwad, there should have been someone in succession. When we talk about brand as well, CSK with the, I think they're over reliant on MS Dhoni. Like Rohit also pointed out that when it comes to Mumbai Indians, like you also pointed out, they had a Sachin Tendulkar, but they built up a Surya Kumar Yadav, a Hardik Pandya, a Rohit Sharma. There are so many players in there who can still pull in the crowd, or still take up leadership positions, still take up captaincy when there's no one up there. RCB as well, you have a Virat Kohli, but still, I think you have a very, very able captain in Rajat Patidar. What do you have the same options when it comes to a CSK? Do you have the same kind of young talent coming through the CSK pipeline that we've seen Mumbai Indians do, that we've seen many other franchisees as well, supporting very, very young players? Mumbai Indians, I think, has been especially phenomenal doing this. Vignesh, at this season as well, you've got two young stars coming up. So when you talk about CSK scouting or CSK succession plan, what is the plan? I don't see anything there. Yes, you have a Ruturaj Gaikwad, but after that, we've got to at least have 2 or 3 backups when we talk about any sort of situation.
Sorry. Bharat, if this is the case, do you actually see Dhoni having any impact? Because taking off from what Rohit said, that Ruturaj Gaikwad, what wrong did he do? I mean, clearly you are dropping catches, you are making basic mistakes, your batters, even Dhoni, I mean, you require X runs. All of a sudden, in the middle, 14 balls, 14 runs, the asking rate in 4 overs goes to 15 or so. What does a captain do in such a situation? Now, everything starts to come good under Dhoni. Then what is Ruturaj Gaikwad's fault? Where do you stand on this Dhoni selection, Bharat? Because all of a sudden, everybody is talking MS Dhoni. As a brand pull, brilliant. As an ace move, marketing move, brilliant. As kind of sweeping the performance under the carpet, brilliant. But in real performance terms, can MS Dhoni even do anything for this CSK side?
Yes, so finally, a captain is as good as the team. In many ways, he's as good as the team. So the problem started somewhere in the auction, on the auction table itself, I guess. So they picked Deepak Huda, they picked Tripathi. With great respect to these players, maybe some of them are past their best. And then again, even if you look at some other picks like Mukesh Chowdhury, so CSK is, I think, problem started with the auction table itself because it didn't pick the youngsters like some other sides. Look at players like Priyan Charya, look at players like Ashwani, even someone like Digvesh Ratty. Other teams are doing well with youngsters in their side, but CSK still don't have that because they don't pick or they don't give chances to these youngsters even if they pick them during the auction. So the problems lie somewhere else. Even if you look at how they go about chasing down targets or setting targets, they look at 60 runs in 6 overs, power play, that's again outdated. That kind of strategy is outdated. Ravindra and Conway got 60 runs, 59 runs in the first 6 overs against PBKs. They were never going to chase from that particular situation. So whether MS Dhoni comes in as a captain or whether he's not the captain, I don't think it will change much when it comes to their performance. I don't think they will qualify for the playoffs. Yes, they can win 2-3 games. Maybe MS Dhoni is that kind of a motivating factor, the persona that he is. is that kind of a motivating factor that CSK might go on to win 2-3 consolation games, but I don't think it will change much when it comes to their performance.
Okay.
I don't
So,
them.
Shubham, is the franchise making the mistake of glorifying one man and making him bigger than the individual, the institution? Is CSK going down the route where one person is becoming synonymous with the franchise? The institution and the individual are coming together. Is this the right call? Whatever happens, the institution should always be bigger. Is that not happening in CSK?
I mean, when IPL started, the rule of icon players was the bedrock of this particular rule. That there is an icon player who around whom you will build your IPL team. For Mumbai, it was Sachin Tendulkar. For Bangalore, it was Rahul Dravid or Anil Kumble. So for Kolkata, it was Saurabh Ganguly. So the start of the IPL was around this that there will be one persona, one player around whom you will build the entire institution and the brand identity. And for Chennai Super Kings, for MS Dhoni, I think it all started from ground zero. The MS Dhoni became a superstar. Like of course he won the 2007 T20 World Cup as the captain, but after that, what he did with CSK, he has to be there. For RCB, we related to Virat Kohli, and when Virat leaves, they will have some similar sort of issues around the brand identity and the the institutional value of other players. But and for example, I think last year when Gambhir came to Kolkata, it was the same thing, that Gambhir, whatever KKR were doing, it was around Gambhir. So it is not the only franchise which has built their identity around an individual. And talking about captaincy, other options, CSK never had other options. It was same for CSK, like it was in 5 years back, that MS Dhoni is your main character in this team. When he was the captain, when now he is not the captain, he's still your main character of the team. And for brand identity, for social media numbers, franchisees will use that. I don't blame them, but the issue will be after MS Dhoni, not now. Maybe when he retires, when he call it quits, then the issue will start.
Shubham's point is totally well taken. When you take numbers, social media, etc., today all yellow, and you want that, you've killed it. In terms of brand, since yesterday, entire talk is about MS Dhoni, the captaincy of MS Dhoni. The whole world is talking about it. In terms of the marketing strategy, brand, I totally get it. But when it comes to cricket, Bharat made a strong point. Rohit made a strong point. Does this franchise have it in them, Dhoni, no Dhoni, to actually win? Because ultimately in sport, it's winner takes all. Dhoni is Dhoni because he won 5 titles. It would not be Dhoni if he did not win the 5 titles. Now, if CSK end up around 8 or 9 or 10 or 7, will he have the same aura? Will people or fans not get restless? How much is too much? How much is this 30 or 20 balls in an inconsequential run chase going to satisfy fans? When will the patience run out, Shomik Chakraborty?
I don't say patience running out from the franchise's perspective, as also from CSK fans' perspective. See, it is easier said than done. When someone becomes larger than life, it is very difficult to create a succession plan. I mean, it historically, if you see, Green Bay Packers didn't have a succession plan after Vince Lombardi. Pakistan cricket team didn't have a succession plan after Imran Khan. You have mentioned Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. Manchester United still don't have a succession plan after Sir Alex Ferguson. It is pretty similar with CSK and MS Dhoni. When the thing is that he is CSK. He is CSK. I mean, CSK need MS Dhoni. It's not the other way around. And yes, cricket, very fair point. But you don't build you don't carry forward Dhoni's legacy with someone like Ruturaj Gaikwad. You need someone rock star. You need a rock star from the Indian cricket team, an India player to carry forward that legacy. At this moment in time, there is none. Whoever there are, like Shreya Iyer. He is taken by Kings 11 Punjab. Shubman Gill, Shreya Iyer, yes, Punjab Kings. Shubman Gill, Gujarat Titans. So who, I mean, looking ahead, the India stars, the potential India stars, Rishabh Pant, they are taken by the different franchise. So there is a big void. And
Okay.
as long as void is there, but just the thing, I think Dhoni is very smart cricketer. If he ever feels that, I mean, he is damaging the reputation of the franchise or his personal reputation, that day he will call it quits.
So that is the point, Rohit. You are not playing well. You're not winning. Your franchise has not done well. If you have the confidence to turn it around, brilliant. Then I understand. But if that is the question that I'm asking, that if you continue to not do well, you continue to underperform. When we are saying there was no one to go to, why not Ravi Ashwin? Ashwin would have soaked in the pressure. You've taken Ashwin with 10 crores. What is the problem in giving it to Ravi Ashwin? You can still mentor. He's your friend, and you have been his mentor for the longest time. It is not as if Ravi Ashwin can't captain. He obviously can captain. He's playing all the games. Why couldn't you go to Ravi Ashwin? Why to MS Dhoni? Rohit Jublan?
Brother, why MS Dhoni? I think the Ashwin answer is again not that answer we wanted at this point of time, because अश्विन भी वो नहीं है जो आपको आगे चलकर केटर कर सके अपनी सर्विसेज। कितना, एक सीजन, 2 सीजन, और हम तो इसकी बात ही नहीं कर रहे ना, क्योंकि ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ तो अगले सीजन वापस आ जाएंगे। लुक, अभी शामिक दा ने बहुत सारे
मुझे
फुटबॉल
तो लग रहा है
फ्रेंचाइजीज का
कि
एग्जांपल
मुझे
दिया।
कल जितना बोला गया कि 3 हफ्ते शोमिक ऑल्सो वाज देयर ऑन द थिंग, 3 हफ्ते से 4 हफ्ते, and CSK insiders that 4 weeks maximum is what Rutu's out. Maximum 3 weeks also could be the case. That's what
तो
Shomik and I were told.
सो इफ दे आर इन द बिजनेस एंड ऑफ द आईपीएल, अगर वो प्लेऑफ्स तक जाते हैं, तो जो अभी तो बहुत मुश्किल लगता है, तो फिर आप ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ की शायद वापसी देख लें। बट सवाल वो नहीं है, सवाल ये है कि आप लाइन में अगला किसको खड़ा कर रहे हैं। बिकॉज जैसे शामिक दा ने अभी आप देखो, उन्होंने मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड के एग्जाम्पल दिया। लुक एट अ बार्सिलोना, वो मेसी के जाने के बाद अगर आप देखो, मेसी से बड़ा तो कोई नहीं हो सकता अगर आप फुटबॉल में फिगर की बात कर रहे हो। बट आज अगर आप बार्सिलोना की बात करोगे तो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ लमीन यमाल जो 17 साल का है। उससे पहले आप पेड्री, गावी, रफीनिया, अंशु फाटी, इन सब की बातें करते हो। और लुक एट अ हेनरी, जिस तरीके से उसने पूरी की पूरी हांसी फ्लिक जिसने पूरी तरीके से टीम चेंज कर दी है। तो इट्स नॉट अबाउट कि आप एक को निकालकर फिर दूसरे को उसकी जगह पर खड़ा कर दे रहे हो, जिसकी रेस अश्विन भी आपको कितना केटर कर दे देंगे। मेरा सवाल यह है कि वाई नॉट, कि यहां से आगे क्या, हर बार सीएसके को 2 कदम पीछे ही क्यों जाना है? क्यों वो 2 कदम आगे नहीं निकाल रहे हैं कि हम नेक्स्ट इन लाइन कौन है वो तैयार करें? हमारे पास भी 3-4 ऐसे लड़के होने चाहिए जो किसी भी समय पे कप्तानी लेने को तैयार हो। अब अगर दीपक हुडा का परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा होता तो उनके पास एक लीडरशिप का एक्सपीरियंस है, बट परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा नहीं है, इसीलिए शायद। और अभी सीजन, कितने ही सीजन ओल्ड है, तो अभी बहुत नए हैं फ्रेंचाइजी में, आप एकदम से किसी को कप्तान नहीं बना सकते। तो वो चीज, मेरा सवाल ये है कि आप ऐसे लड़के क्यों नहीं तैयार कर रहे हो जो आपके पास एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, आपके पास अगर कोई आपका मेन कैप्टन इंजर्ड हो जाता है तो आपके पास फिर उस तरह के लड़के हों जो कप्तानी उठा ले। क्योंकि ये धोनी को भी सोचना चाहिए कि वो कब तक इसी चीजों को, मतलब आप क्या ब्रांडिंग के लिए खेल रहे हो, आप क्या सोशल मीडिया फैंस के लिए खेल रहे हो, आप क्या उन लोगों। और टू बी रियली ऑनेस्ट, पिछले मैच में ये गुब्बारा फूट चुका है, क्योंकि धोनी के क्रीज में रहने से पहले एक वीडियो आया था जिसमें फैंस जा रहे हैं वापस, और उन सब ने 7 नंबर की जर्सी पहनी हुई है धोनी की। एंड दिस वाज रिपोर्टेड बाय समवन हु वाज इन दी स्टैंड्स। और वो एक विजुअल भी मैंने देखा है कि लास्ट ओवर चल रहा है, धोनी की जर्सी पहने एक ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल है जो निकल रहा है गेट से बाहर। यानी वो आप अब कितनी देर तक इसको बजाना चाहते हो कि धोनी 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 फिनिश कर देंगे, धोनी लास्ट ओवर में है। वो उनसे मेरे ख्याल से लोगों का बिलीव भी अब उठ रहा है। सो बोथ वेज, अगर आप इसे कैप्टनसी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखो तो भी ये चेन्नई को फ्यूचर के लिए कुछ केटर नहीं करने वाला है। अभी आप इंस्टेंटली कुछ निकाल लोगे तो निकाल लोगे, जैसा सब कह रहे हैं कि सोशल मीडिया के लिए अच्छा है, ब्रांड्स के लिए अच्छा है, आपकी पब्लिक इमेज के लिए अच्छा है, बट इसका कोई फ्यूचर नहीं है बुनियादा। ये आप इंस्टेंट हैप्पीनेस दे रहे हो लोगों को, और जब आज से 5 साल बाद आप बोलोगे सीएसके कहाँ जा रही है, किस तरफ जा रही है, तो उनको कुछ टर्न अराउंड करना पड़ेगा। अदरवाइज मुझे नहीं लग रहा है कि सीएसके को आप आज से 4 साल बाद भी एक ऐसी फ्रेंचाइजी देखोगे जिसकी बस आप ये याद करोगे यार एक लेगेसी हुआ करती थी। द वे वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड की, यार एक लेगेसी है। आज क्या है? आज कुछ नहीं है।
सही बात है। I mean, it's a short-term call, obviously temporary call. If we move our focus to KKR, Bharat, KKR should left this up. All said and done, CSK is a muddled franchise at the moment. KKR का खुद का problems है. KKR, we all know what KKR was going through, and whatever it is with the pitch, ultimately it was the KKR players who muffled up that lockdown match. They should have won it. Face it, whatever it is, they should have won that game. Two soft dismissals, two full tosses, that strange batting order that we have seen. So KKR has done its own mistakes. This is one match which KKR should treat as an opportunity to make a comeback. That it will all be Dhoni, the pressure on CSK, everybody is talking about them. KKR kind of flying under the radar a little bit today. They can use this match to make a comeback. Bharat, changes in KKR, thoughts about that? Spencer Johnson dropped, Moeen Ali in, middle order, Andre Russell up, Rinku Singh up, anything like that you're seeing?
Yeah, see, KKR have a stronger lineup, so they should feel that they should feel confident of winning this one. Yes, they can look to make changes. They have still not tried someone like Lavneet Sisodia. This is a season where so many youngsters are doing well, and you still haven't tried one of your youngsters who was showing some form before the season. So that punt also they can take if they want to. They can obviously Spencer Johnson has been struggling in this IPL. See, Spencer Johnson hits the deck hard in Australian conditions, but in Australia there's a little more zip off the wicket. You get a little more zip. Even with flat wickets, you'll get a little more zip. So you come out to IPL, it's not so easy to just hit the deck hard. These conditions are different. So maybe that is the reason why struggling a bit. So they can try someone else there. I think Rinku Singh, I guess with Rinku Singh, they have a set pattern. They will likely send him down the order. We have seen in the past, we have said in the past that maybe Rinku Singh occasionally can move up the order slightly, one or two spots. But KKR generally send him lower down the order. That's their strategy. I don't think they will change on those lines. But KKR definitely can look at this match and think that this is the match that we can win and get back to winning ways.
Gargi, I'll ask the same question of Shubhai. This whole Rinku Singh thing, are we not boxing him? I mean, we are putting him in a box that he has to come at number 7. Rinku Singh has an average of 50 plus in first class cricket, has a great season. But even then, Rinku Singh will play 3 overs. Who said so? Give Rinku Singh the opportunity of playing 7, 8, 9 overs. Even the last game, Rinku Singh was within one shot of winning that match for KKR. One shot. They were 4 down. One more hit, one more ball. Ankrish Raghuvanshi and Ramandeep Singh, 14 balls in the middle. Give 5 more to Rinku Singh, game done. Is KKR using Rinku Singh properly? Have they utilized their resources properly? Have they underutilized the resources? Is that the problem with KKR? Is Chandrakant Pandit not at his best as coach? Gargi Rao.
Well, from the outside, it looks like there is a huge Gautam Gambhir shaped void in KKR. And, Gautam Gambhir was making some real tough decisions in there, and they were working out very, very well for the franchise. When we especially talk about Rinku Singh, the answer is very simple. And, the answer was in the question. In first class cricket, Rinku comes up the order, takes his time, and actually puts in very solid performances. And he's not the kind of player that will only bat for 1 or 2 overs. If you actually give him time, he puts in really, really solid performances and can also win you matches down the order. But at the same time, look, let's be honest, the thing that made Rinku Singh were those 5 6s, but he's not going to do that in every game. You have to understand that that's not how any batter performs. No matter how good they are, even a Rinku Singh will find it difficult or nearly impossible to pull that off again. But what we need to remember is that he still is Rinku Singh. He has the same potential, but you have to give him more time. You have to give him more overs to bat.
Shubhan, same question. Is KKR doing justice to Rinku Singh? Number 8, for God's sake. Number 8. Number 8 when, come on, boss. I mean, I really think number 7 for Andre Russell, number 8 for Rinku Singh, they need to revisit these strategies. These are genuine match winners. These are retained players. Are you doing justice to players who have the potential?
Boria, if you go through all our lives where we have talked about KKR, whether it's in English, Hindi, Bengali, I am like continuing like a broken tape that KKR is not doing justice with their main powerhouse. They are underutilizing their powerhouse of the batting unit, that is the Rinku, Russell, and Ramandeep. It is 2025. You are getting flat decks in Eden Gardens. You are chasing 240 odd runs, and you are sending Russell and Rinku Singh at 7 and 8. You sent Ramandeep at 5. I don't have any issues with that, but Ramandeep has not batted in this tournament. He has faced only 10 or 12 odd deliveries in this tournament so far. So in a high pressure chase, keep Ramandeep down the order. Send your Rinkus and Russells who have batted at least a bit more than Ramandeep. I am not questioning Ramandeep's hitting ability. He's a fantastic hitter, possibly one of the finest domestic hitters right now. That is why he has played for India in T20I format. But utilize them properly. In a chase of 250, there is no place of Rahane and Ankrich Raghuvanshi in the same lineup ahead of Rinku, Russell, and Ramandeep. Yes, send them ahead of everyone and see if they click. If they don't click, that's something we can talk after that has happened. But KKR and not only the batting department, even in the bowling department, we were talking that day on WhatsApp as well that Sunil Narayan bowled only three balls to Nicholas Puran. He has bowled a maiden over against Nicholas Puran in CPL, that to the 20th over. Rahane came and said LSG used the boundaries pretty well. One side of the boundary was short and one side was the longer boundary. Lucknow Super Giants scored majority of their runs in the longer side of the boundary. So like stats is there for everyone. If they don't utilize the main, what is their main strength? Sunil Narayan, Varun Chakravarti with the ball, Rinku, Russell and Ramandeep with the bat. If they are underutilizing these players, Sunil Narayan bowled 3 overs. Even if he goes for 60 runs in 3 overs, you have to give him that fourth over. He's Sunil Narayan. He can bowl your maiden over. He's the biggest spinner, biggest match winner in the IPL history, and you are underutilizing him. So if they keep on making tactical blunders and then talk about home advantage, home disadvantage, then I have nothing else to say.
Gargi, two questions. Can you quickly take them? One was from this, I think Sneha, Sneha Thangaraj. It's rubbish. What is rubbish? There was a long question about some captaincy. I want to take that just a little up, and then this question from Ashni.
Here you go.
Yeah, this one. Guys, you know nothing about CSK fans. Don't compare with other fan base. We celebrate Rutu and fans already accepted him as captain. We don't need to buy captain because we trust who had performed for us. Of course. I mean, who's questioning Ruturaj
We
and
still have
Gaikwad?
we still have video footages from 2022 season or 3 season when he was announced as the captain. We got the news. I think last season, Shomikda, you and I were in
Last
Chennai. When
last
I
year.
went to the street,
One
the day
second.
it was announced.
None of us have said a word about Ruturaj as captain.
Exactly.
Not a word. In fact, if you ask us, Ruturaj is the future. So where is the question? We are questioning MS Dhoni and can he turn it back? Is that a regressive decision? Is that a progressive decision? That's it. And is this appointment of MS Dhoni a temporary one or is it a futuristic one? And I think, Sneha, with due respect to you and your fandom, we are absolutely well entitled to asking this question. You, as a fan, 100% you will have your fandom because that's the only constant in human life. Having said that, what Rohit Juglan started, will you still appoint MS Dhoni as your leader if Ruturaj now, somebody else 2 years later gets injured? Do you have a plan B? Do you want to move on to the next gen, or what is the plan? Is it the brand equation? Is it the marketability? That's what we are wanting to know. We have nothing against Ruturaj Gaikwad whatsoever. We actually believe Ruturaj Gaikwad has enormous talent to come and play for India. Anyway, Ashni, this question I'll address and then I'll go to Rohit. Ashni, yesterday we did a piece and we want to put this debate to rest once and for all. 78% or 70% of wins on home soil between 11 and 15, from then on 40%, 48%. So clearly the win home percentage has gone down. KKR did not make much noise. So that is one. World Cup of 2023, yes, there was slowish wickets, turning wickets at the Eden Gardens. So why not for KKR? Should the franchise get the pitch that they deserve in a home and away tournament? Of course they should. So all these points are KKR supportive points. So we put out KKR side of the story. Having said that, Ajinkya Rahane gets out to a full toss. Andre Russell gets out to a full toss. 77 of 7 overs, 7 wickets in hand in a chase of 240. You come and tell me you've lost because of the wicket. I don't have anything whatsoever to say. KKR did not lose because of the wicket. KKR lost because of wrong strategic calling. Simple as that. So let's accept it. Let's call spade a spade here. Rohit Jugla, Ankrish Raghuvanshi, and Ajinkya Rahane, can they coexist? I will ask the same question of Shomit Chakraborty. Can these two fellows bat at 3 and 4 for a franchise in this model of T20 cricket?
But I think for me, it's very clear, it's very simple that you can't go with both of them. With Ajinkya Rahane and Ankrish Raghuvanshi, you have to opt out one. Otherwise, you have to compromise with the batting positions of a Rinku Singh, a Ramandeep Singh, or Andre Russell. Andre Russell haven't batted over 7 in this particular season when they needed him. At least when they are, when the asking rate was over 12, over 13, over 14, he was never there at the crease, and that's the biggest problem. If your 7 and 8 are Rinku Singh, Russell and Rinku Singh, then there is a huge problem, and that's because if you last match you saw, we can easily make of that why Venkatesh Iyer is coming up, because he's done really well in the previous game. That's why they're trusting him, and he can do that for Kolkata Knight Riders. But as far as Ankrish Raghuvanshi and Ajinkya Rahane still have to find form outside of Eden Garden. He was scoring runs at the Eden Garden, but outside of Eden Garden, we have to see his innings. So that's the real point. If you are going with Ankrish Raghuvanshi and Ajinkya Rahane in the same 11, and you are playing Ankrish Raghuvanshi as an impact player, then you have to compromise with the batting position. You have to play each of them one down with their position. A Rinku Singh, which we are thinking that, oh, he'll play 5 or at least 6, he is coming at 8. So I think there's a simple equation for Kolkata Knight Riders. If they have to go like this, they will have to compromise with their best batters, or rather best finishers position, because if you see whole of the IPL, nobody has this kind of quality in their finishing lineup. A batter like Andre Russell, Rinku Singh and Ramandeep Singh, nobody has this kind of talent. Similar to the spinners also, Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narayan. So my only point is, if they have to compromise with their best batters, they will allow both the players, Ankrish Raghuvanshi and an Ajinkya Rahane. Otherwise, they have to drop one. Ajinkya Rahane as captain and Ankrish Raghuvanshi. Burada,
I take this point. I take this
Burada,
point because that is where, yeah, Rohit.
Burada, just want to say that I'm going for the Mumbai Indians practice, so please allow me to go, because then I have to send the report from there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Shomik, last few minutes on the show. Simple question to you. I agree with this point about Ankrish and Ajinkya Rahane, but I also think if there's one match that KKR can win and turn it around, it is this match. I think KKR has the opportunity to get it right tonight. My fantasy team is heavily KKR loaded. I think KKR will win this one. I think KKR has a better quality team compared to Chennai Super Kings. I think they can make this and get it back. I also think Venkatesh Iyer needs to get to bowl. I think Venkatesh Iyer 2 overs needs to bowl. Shomit Chakraborty, your thoughts?
I totally agree with you that I mean they are they are a more all-round team. KKR are a more all-round team than CSK, obviously. Number one, CSK's problem is in 2025 you cannot have Devan Conway and this
Rachin Ravindra.
Rachin Ravindra as your openers, and this is I don't have any inside sources, stuff from inside sources, but my reporters can't say this is going to be MS Dhoni's last season. That is my reporter's hunch. This is going to be, he will be part of the CSK. There will be a reboot next time around, as I have already mentioned, that this season is probably CSK's Adelaide moment. He will be part, be it as a coach or a mentor or whatever, he will be part of CSK. Obviously, he will never leave CSK. But I think they will have to find a new captain, someone, an Indian stalwart. Coming back to your question about KKR, yes, um, the thing is that definitely Venkatesh Iyer needs to go. Last match, when you didn't give Sunil Narain his full quota of overs, 3 overs he bowled. There, even then, you didn't give Venkatesh Iyer one more, at least an over or two. What I fear two things about KKR. One is that Andre Russell. I have been watching him at close quarters at the nets, and my feeling, and I'd be happy to if I'm proved wrong, he is past his prime. as a batsman. Fitness wise, also, he is past his prime. Number one. Number two, Ajinkya Rahane is a very, very good captain. No doubt about it. But is he getting enough help from the dugout? At the heat of the moment, under pressure, any captain, if he is even the greatest captain in the world, can miscalculate, can take wrong decisions. And also, usually, the batting order is set by the coach. So, is he getting proper inputs or is he getting proper help from the dugout? That is my question. These are the two main issues about KKR. As far as today's game, KKR have already shown signs of being ruffled after a loss. First game, that public comment of Rahane about Eden pitch was not necessary. And then after SRI game, he shoot from the hip. That dig was absolutely not necessary. That dig to the curator. So they are showing signs. It was not the case last time, mind you. So I mean, they are showing signs to get drafted. If this is a very, very important game for both teams. If KKR win, if KKR lose, there could be a meltdown. If Chennai Super Kings lose, there will not be a meltdown, I tell you, because I know that franchise from very close quarters, but it will be the end of the road for them as far as this IPL is concerned.
Bharat Ramraj, Arvinder Singh has spiced it up. Arvinder Singh, the Gujarat Titans CEO, has spiced it up and he said no franchise can claim, I want this kind of pitch. No franchise has the right to claim this. He says nobody, no IPL franchise has the right to claim, I want this kind of pitch. It is not done. BCCI has given a set of regulations. Now go and follow that. Simple as that. We will get that interview done because he and I were chatting. I said, come on, say this on record to me in a video interview. Don't just say it on the phone and give us a comment and all that. Come and say it because again a can of worms will be opened. But Bharat Ramraj, this debate will not end. Take a position for tonight, CSK or KKR. But I'm telling you, Arvinder Singh's interview will be done and he will once again come and say this on record and once again all hell will break loose. But that's what the Gujarat CEO says. Bharat Ramraj, your position for tonight.
See, if you ask me, my gut feel somewhere says that after CSK lost all those games, they'll somehow slip in victory here. That's what my gut feel says because usually what happens in league phase is even a weak team after they lose, or relatively weak team after they lose 3-4 games, they tend to win one match. So my gut feel is saying somehow CSK will come out on top, although KKR is the better side of the two.
Okay, now to our two champions, Octopus and Miss Octopus. Let's pitch them against each other. Shobhit Chakraborty, which side are you on?
Very difficult. Very, very difficult. I am going 51 CSK, 49 KKR, and the fraction to super over.
Are Bapre. He's gone to super over also. Madam Octopus, your friend is saying 51 to CSK, 41 to KKR. Which side are you on?
49.
I think this is the fifth time Shomik has said super over, but it has never happened. At this point he's just
हमारे
wishing.
यहाँ sledging भी चालू हो चुका है.
He's just wishing
Very good.
super over ho jaye. But that would mean very, very late night work for all of us. Shomik, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, but I
Anyway,
want a super over. I want a super over. Obviously, I don't want a team to win a tournament or a game on boundary back count. That is, as long as they are winning in super over, that is fine. But you are claiming to be a world champions on boundary back count. You are making a laughing stock of yourself.
all right. Well, between CSK and KKR, I think. Let me put my thinking hat on. I think it's going to be KKR.
Okay, so Shomik says CSK, Gargi says KKR, Bharat says CSK. Wonderful. So our two predictions again, one versus the other has happened today. Shomik Chakraborty and Gargi Raut will once again face off against each other in the post-match show. Vian, whether KKR plays in Guwahati, Ranchi, Indore, or Heaven, how do I care? It doesn't matter to me whatsoever. I didn't say what Arvinder Singh said. It is the Gujarat CEO who said on record that no team should have a say on pitches. The BCCI has given the directions. Whether you agree with him or not agree with him is your problem. Where KKR plays, whether they move out of Calcutta or not, has nothing to do with me. So, it doesn't matter to me. I will continue to report I will continue to report, and my reporters will report both sides of the story, the KKR side and the other side. Matter ends. Whether they get home advantage or not is between them and the Cricket Association of Bengal. For us, it is the KKR side of the story and the CAB side of the story. Nothing more. No taking positions on this at all. Yes, Shomik.
I mean, before we sign off, please give me a minute on a serious note. See, the fact of the matter is that you can be a very successful franchise even without winning the title. Now, look at Royal Challengers Bangalore. Over
Is this
70
about
years,
RCB?
no, they haven't. I mean, it is on a positive note, Gargi. It is on a positive note. Over 17 years, they haven't won the title, but they are a more successful franchise than KKR that has won 3 titles. If you look at their brand value, they have a higher brand value than KKR. So there are two sides of the story as regards CSK and Dhoni. We all know about, given that CSK's brand value is $120 million, Dhoni contributes to more than 75% of it. So if, as Dhoni said, the franchise management wants him to go to the field even on a wheelchair, I don't see any. I mean, I can understand the logic behind that. You cannot. You will obviously you struggle to understand the cricket logic behind that, but overall, from a commerce point of view, there is absolutely a valid logic that why they are so obsessed with MS Dhoni.
There's no question, Shomik. Again, without taking a position, the jury is out. Is the IPL a cricket tournament or is the IPL a business proposition? Simple. If the IPL is a cricket tournament, the MS Dhoni call makes no sense. If the IPL is a business proposition, the MS Dhoni call makes 200% sense. We are not here to opinionate. We will put out both sides of the story. You decide. You decide and make up your mind. Is this a business proposition or is this a cricket tournament? And then identify your call. CSK, from their standpoint, has told us what their choice is. Their choice is abundantly clear and understandable. Whether or not you agree doesn't matter to them. They've made their call. You decide whether you're watching cricket or you are watching a ruthlessly commercial business proposition which is premised on hard earned money and making more money going forward. International sport, folks, is a hyper commercialized spectacle. It is not simply sport played in the 22 yards in front of you. So please remember that when you're watching the IPL or, for that matter, the Olympic Games. Without money, there is no sport. Without commerce, there is no sport, more so for high performance elite sport where billions are riding. I'll end there. Gargi Rao.
Okay, I think we lost Boria sir there.
I think his
Yes.
internet got stuck. Yes.
It's the internet, but we'll be back at 6:30, so don't forget to join us then before the show. We'll discuss the toss, the strategies, the team, everything possible. So do join us again.
And